He traveled thousands of miles from his home in Sudan to build a better life for himself in America. Now, almost 2 decades later, former NBA star Manute Bol is focusing attention once again on his native land from his home in West Hartford. WNPR's Hardman reports.
Do you see your height as a blessing?
Yeah, I got to, I'm happy with it, and something God gave it to me, and, my grandfather was a taller one. Now I am one in 5, and, so, I should be happy with it, It got me to the good thing, and that's the reason why I want, something God gave me, I want to share it with my people, too.
At 7'7", Manute Bol is a tall drink of water that made a big splash in the NBA. After only 1 year of college ball at the University of Bridgeport, Manute took his shot-blocking prowess to the NBA. He set an NBA record for the most block shots in a season by a rookie, and he blocked over 2,000 shots in his 11-year NBA career before calling it quits in 1995. And for the last 10 years, the Dinka tribesman has used his tenacity on the basketball court to call attention to the suffering in his native Sudan, a country torn apart by Africa's longest and bloodiest civil war.
Every day, people die in hunger and diseases and all these things. And the government sometimes with UN take the food to the refugee camp. They drop the food, and then the next day the government come in with helicopter, gunship, and they wipe everybody out.
Manute grew up in southern Sudan, a member of the Dinka tribe. The Dinkas are predominantly Christian, and since 1983 have suffered enormously at the hands of the Islamic fundamentalist government. The plight of millions of refugees became Manute's focus as he ended his NBA career in 1995. Chief among his concerns, the Lost Boys of Sudan, whose plight was the focus of a recent 60 Minutes segment.
These kids are the kids that have been in Ethiopia, and then from Ethiopia back to Sudan, Uganda, Kenya. So a lot of them in the refugee camp, a place called Kakuma in Kenya. They're looking for education. Some of them don't even know that their parents are alive.
In 1995, word of a ceasefire between the government and rebel factions brought Manute back to his homeland. He was promised a job and many privileges upon his return, but Manute quickly realized it was all a ploy by the northern Sudanese government.
They took me to the refugee camp, and they told people, I talked to people, they told me to tell the people that the peace is going to come. So people were really so happy. And then the next thing you know is, because I have a relative in the refugee camp too, and when you talk to the people there, the kids, they want to go to school. They have to go to Islamic school because there's no other language than being taught in the school. If you don't accept your kids to become Muslim, they don't get no food, they don't get a treatment, no medicine, no school. And, I told them that I thought that I came here, we were coming back here because of peace, and we don't see a sign that's showing the peace.
For the next 4 years, Manute was virtually a prisoner in his own country, unable to obtain an exit visa from the government. He lived a meager existence and feared for his family's life. When rheumatoid arthritis from his playing days set in, he was even too afraid to go to the doctor.
When I get sick, I cannot go to the doctor because I know that they're going to reject me with those chemicals, and then you die, and 2 hours later on, that's how they kill our people.
The doctors would kill you?
Yeah, exactly. So I know some of my uncles, they die like that. They get sick, like you get a headache, you go to the hospital, and when you come back 2 hours later, you're gone. So when I had arthritis, I didn't go to the doctor. I just kept myself at home for 4 years, and that's why it got worse, because I don't want to go to the doctor. And, it was a nightmare.
Manute knew he had to leave Sudan. He decided to play the government's game and bribe his way out of the country.
I was talking to some guys, security, and some guys in the immigration office, and they told me that, if I can pay these guys, if I can pay them $200, and they would take me out on the list without the government know about it.
Manute Bol and his family now live in West Hartford. He made millions in the NBA, but the lion's share of his riches has gone to providing humanitarian relief to southern Sudan and to supporting the Christian rebels. At age 41, with his playing days behind him, he continues to raise money and awareness for Sudanese causes through celebrity sporting events and speaking engagements. Through his Ring True Foundation, he also assists the Lost Boys of Sudan, many of whom have been brought to the United States in hopes of an education and a new life.
I mean, it's not that easy, but, I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
Manute is happy to be in West Hartford and is gratified that 8 years after he played his last NBA game, people still recognize him. He remembers the first days of his journey when he was recruited to play a new sport.
Do you remember the first time you played?
Yeah, first time I practiced for a couple of weeks, and then I tried to dunk a ball. I broke my toes in the net,
Oh, no.
So I decided to play ball. Then when I continue playing. But it was tough, because I never seen basketball before.
Yeah.
I know about soccer. I was a goalkeeper. Those are the things that I know. But I didn't know anything about basketball. And, it was hard, but I put my heart into it.